Hello, good day everyone. I am Amira, or you can just call me Mimi, and this is a part of my PhD project which titled Mitigation Opportunities of the Effect of Artificial Smooth Surface on Bats. Changes in the environment due to the urbanization often affect many taxa, including bats. It is known that several anthropogenic objects could act as a trap for the bats, such as acoustic mirror. So it is important to investigate more on these matters as well as searching for the mitigation of the problem. So the project were divided into three parts where we check on how bats behavior were affected by the angle smooth surface, and then we check the ecological impact of it by using an acoustic survey, and lastly the mitigation action to solve such problem. Any smooth surface can be considered as acoustic mirrors, which has these properties that reflect away the energy except when the energy is perpendicular to the surface. So when a bat flying over a smooth surface, most of the energy of the echoes will be reflected away from the bat, and only when the echoes that reach the surface perpendicularly to the bats will be reflected. That's why we call any extensive smooth surface as acoustic mirrors. In natural situation, this happens around water bodies, so which is essential for the bat to locate the water and estimate the height from the water when they were drinking. So why exactly the smooth surface is a problem? It is because a smooth surface is a novel object that can deceive bats' perception into thinking it as something else. And if you notice nowadays, the number of smooth surface is increasing around us, including in the natural habitats, which is why it is crucial to study this project and find mitigation of it. Previous studies have shown how bats were deceived to drink from any horizontal smooth surface due to the acoustic mirror properties and perceiving it as water bodies. Interestingly, due to the lack of echoes that reflect back to them, so bats also perceive any vertical smooth surface as open flyways and ended up colliding into it. Their behavior also gradually changes around different angles of smooth surface, where their behavior slowly changes from drinking and turn into collision as the angle of the smooth surface is increasing from 0 degrees angle to 90 degrees angles. The previous field experiments have also shown that pipistrellus cooley have been repeatedly drank from a smooth plate from at different angles which are up to 50 degrees angles, but no bad collision were observed with smaller angles. A prelim acoustic survey in the Hungarian solar farm also have shown that several bat species are using this anthropogenic habitat for foraging. This could be a risky area as the large landscape area with smooth surface could serve as a trap to the bats. We have now known that bats perceive smooth surface at different angles, yet no effective mitigations have been developed to reduce this impact with minimal cost. With more than 1,000 species of echolocating bats that regularly visit ponds, rivers, or any water bodies every night to drink, it leads us to carry this experiment on how surface modification could help bats differentiate between artificial smooth surface and water. We predict that bats would avoid drinking from any modified surface with an acoustically conspicuous threat on it. So we use a smooth black plastic plate and modify it using black threads with different diameters that we fix on the surface of the plate 20 centimeters apart. For each night, different contacts was presented, and we use 5 different diameter of parallel threads, one with crossing pattern, and also use water surface and smooth plate as a control situation. We conducted the experiment in the Eltes Botanical Garden during the summer season for 33 nights. The experiment lasted approximately for 1.5 hours after sunset. The plate was placed horizontally above water surface, and the behaviors of the bats were recorded using infrared cameras, and we calculated the numbers of drinking attempts relative to the number of bat passes. So for qualitative evaluation of the reflective echoes of the surface with different diameter threads, we did ensonification experiment to assess those echo scenes. So we ensonify the surface with a different diameter of threads with an artificial echolocation called created in our studios, which encompasses the main frequency range used by all bat species. The returning echoes from the ensonified surface were recorded by Peterson T1000, and the smooth surface echoes mimic the water surface, while any threads on the surface would reflect back echoes, either weak or strong echoes. The thicker the diameter of the strings are, the stronger the reflected echoes. And this could lessen the motivation for the bats to drink from the artificial smooth surface. So from approximately of 50 hours of observation we collected, there were 700 drinking events from 15,439 passes, and the results show in 25% of the cases that bats drank from the water surface, the drinking attempt was significantly reduced when we put the smooth surface plate to replace the water. And we can see further that when we place anything on the plate surface, the bat significantly try to drink less from it, especially when the larger diameter threads was presented, as non-drinking attempt was observed. We also tested the attempt of different diameter of the threads, and we found that the relative occurrence of drinking significantly depended on the thread's diameter. And it seems that the cross pattern threads was even more effective in the mitigation than the parallel arrangement, as we found marginally significant difference between the 0.5 parallel line and 0.5 millimeter crossing threads pattern. Okay, so this is a video of the smooth black plate carefully positioned at 0 degrees over the water surface without any threads attached on it, and you can see from the video that many bats approaches the surface and drink from the top of the plate. In contrast to the previous video, this is the smooth black plate carefully positioned at 0 degrees over the water surface but with threads attached on it. And you can see from the video that the bat approaches and get closer to the surface, but due to the echoes from the threads, it almost drank from the top of the plate but avoiding it and flew away. Considering the intense level of urbanization nowadays and the general effect of it on bat species, new knowledge to minimize the impact on the bat population is needed. So our results show the minimal surface modification with acoustically conspicuous threads or line on it can decrease the acoustic mirror effect on the bats. This is possibly the first mitigation action for bats conservation around a smooth surface with least negative effect on the bats, but still can be used broadly in larger scale such as solar farm or glass buildings. That being said, we suggest the need of more detailed research on mitigation efficiency by reducing the thread distance, or use different pattern, or test more angles and add more species into consideration, especially prioritizing the possible affected species. This will lead us to a better understanding of bats' behavior and the perception around anthropogenic objects, thus more conservation effort can be done. So special thanks to my supervisor as well as these people and organization that helped through the project. And these are the project's website and also Facebook page. Feel free to visit it. And that's all. Thank you. And if you have any question or if any of you Southeast Asian folks want to do collaboration, feel free to contact me via the email. Thank you. Bye.